ADKAR Model, Individual Change Adoption by Jeff Hiatt, the founder of Proshi. Jeff Hiatt developed ADKAR after researching change patterns across hundreds of organizations and identifying one critical reality. Organizational change only succeeds when individuals personally move through 5 human stages of adoption. Why do so many businesses launch major change initiatives, yet employees still cling to the old way? The software is installed, the new policy is announced, the new structure is rolled out. Leadership says we are moving forward, but many people internally are not moving forward at all. Some are confused, some are resistant, some are willing but uncertain, some understand the idea but still do not know how to do it, and some start well, only to drift back into old habits a few weeks later. This is the uncomfortable truth many leaders discover. Organizations do not change simply because systems change. People must change first. And people do not all change because they were told to. They change through a human process. This is exactly what Jeff Hiatt recognized. He saw that many corporate transformation programs focused heavily on project plans, systems, and deadlines, while neglecting the personal journey each employee must travel internally. So he created one of the most practical, people-centered frameworks in modern change management, the ADKAR model: awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, reinforcement, a 5-stage pathway explaining how individuals personally accept, adopt, and sustain change. Because organizational transformation is never only a business issue, it is a human adoption issue. The core idea of the ADKAR model. At the center of ADKAR is one powerful truth. A company cannot successfully change if the individuals inside it have not personally moved through change. Leadership often thinks, we launched it, so the change is happening. But ADKAR says, not necessarily. Employees may be physically present, while mentally still disconnected. They may comply outwardly, while inwardly unconvinced. They may understand instructions, but still lack confidence or commitment. ADKAR breaks change into 5 internal building blocks every person must pass through. Miss one block, and adoption weakens. So what is the impact? ADKAR shows that change failure is often a human gap, not a project gap. Awareness. The first stage is awareness. People must understand, why is this change necessary? Why now? What problem are we solving? What happens if we do nothing? Without awareness, people see change as random management interference. They do not emotionally connect to the need, and when the why is missing, resistance rises. Because human beings rarely support disruption they do not understand. So, what is the impact? People do not commit to what they do not first understand. Desire. Second comes desire. Awareness means people know the change is happening. Desire means they personally want to participate. This is very different. Someone can understand the business reason and still not want it, because desire is emotional. People ask, what does this mean for me? Will this help me? Will this threaten me? Do I trust leadership? This is where fear, comfort, trust, and motivation all come into play. Leaders often fail here because they communicate logic but forget personal buy-in. So, what is the impact? Understanding change does not automatically create willingness to embrace it. Knowledge. Third is knowledge. Now that the individual understands and is willing, they must know how to change. What skills are needed, what new behaviors are expected, what process must now be followed, what training is required. This is the learning phase. Without knowledge, willing employees still feel lost, and confusion quickly turns willingness into frustration. So, what is the impact? Good intentions fail quickly when people do not know what to do next. Ability. Fourth is ability. Knowledge means I know the theory. Ability means I can actually do it in practice. This is where performance matters. Can the employee use the new software? Can the manager conduct the new process? Can the team perform under the new expectation? Ability often requires practice, coaching, feedback, time, confidence building. Because knowing is not the same as performing, so what is the impact? Training alone does not create competence. Application does. R. Reinforcement. Finally comes reinforcement. This is where change becomes sustainable. Without reinforcement, people often slide backwards, back to old habits, back to old shortcuts, back to familiar comfort. So leaders must reinforce the new behavior through recognition, follow-up, measurement, leadership consistency, rewards, ongoing accountability. Reinforcement tells the individual this is not temporary. This is now the standard. So, what is the impact? Without reinforcement, change often becomes a short-lived experiment. Why ADKAR matters in the workplace. This is why ADKAR became one of the most widely used modern corporate models, because it shifted change management away from just timelines, just software rollouts, just project milestones, and placed the human being at the center. Proshi itself states that organizational results only happen when individual adoption happens first. This makes ADKAR especially powerful in HR transformation, technology implementation, new policy adoption, restructuring, mergers, leadership transitions, because every one of these depends on people changing behavior. Real workplace example. Imagine a business introduces a new CRM system. Weak leadership says, everyone must use this from Monday. Adoption becomes patchy. Now apply ADKAR. Awareness. Explain why the old system causes lost revenue. Desire. Show how the new system makes work easier and protects performance. Knowledge. Provide training. Ability. Allow practice and coaching. Reinforcement. Monitor usage. Reward consistency. Make old methods obsolete. Now employees are not just instructed, they are guided through adoption. Advantages and limitations of ADKAR. Advantages. Highly practical and easy to apply, strong human psychology focus, excellent for HR and people managers, helps diagnose where resistance is occurring, works well alongside larger change programs. Limitations. Focuses on individual rather than broad organizational politics, requires active leadership involvement, can feel sequential when some people move unevenly. Still, it remains one of the strongest people-side change models in business today. Where ADKAR is used today. ADKAR is used globally in corporate digital transformation, employee onboarding to new systems, M&A integration policy, implementation, culture change, government modernization. Thousands of change leaders still rely on it because it provides a very clear diagnostic question: which human stage is blocking adoption? Key lesson. Jeff Hiatt teaches us something many executives miss. You cannot manage change only through project plans. You must manage it through people. Because a business chart may show that implementation is complete, while human adoption is nowhere near complete. People need understanding, they need desire, they need knowledge, they need ability, and they need reinforcement. Miss one, and the change remains fragile. So ask yourself, when your organization introduces something new, are you only managing the project, or are you managing the people journey too? Take a moment, pause and reflect. Grab a pen, pencil it down. Write awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, reinforcement. Then ask, which of these 5 is usually missing when employees resist? I hope this brought value to you. And I'm wishing you abundant success. Take a moment, pause for thought. What would you like to learn and explore next?